And I believe we are live.
Welcome to the It's Always Saturday podcast, because when you're with the boys, it's always Saturday.
Always Saturday. You got the usual cast, myself, Spencer. You got Ian just did the introduction, Bobby, and we got our guest Aiden, also known as Nord, who's just got his head just peeking on in. What a goofy boy.
Goof.
He's a quirky boy.
Mm-hmm.
You know me.
We like to keep it quirky here on the podcast. That's a rule,
Mhm.
a general rule. Bobby said that he had a story that he wanted to say beforehand, so to make sure that we don't forget,
Yeah,
Bobby, you
bro.
wanna tell that story right away?
This is probably the craziest thing that's happened to me up until this point that I've been working at the liquor store that I'm at. Liquor stores, they're typically like a little bit shadier than regular stores, but like the town that we live in, and this is one of the nicer liquor stores in that town, so shady stuff doesn't really happen. But still, like, you get a lot of people there who look a bit rough, but they're just coming in to buy a case of beer, no big deal. But we had a girl who looked about 16, 17, and like an old woman come in, and they were wearing like long coats, and they
Me
looked
with Ian.
mad suspicious. Yeah. and they looked really suspicious. And I was on cash, and I like noticed them walking in, because sometimes if I don't have customers, I just like stare at the door. I don't know. But I
Nice.
noticed them come in.
As you do.
But I noticed them come in, and I was like, something just didn't feel right. I think it might have been the coats. They just kind of, or the way they were just kind of like looking at each other or whatever. And like they both went in complete opposite directions of the store. So I was like, all right. So I like tried to be as discreet as I could, and I said into like my earpiece, I was like, hey, we had like a young girl and like an old woman come in. They're both wearing like long coats. They're like giving me a bad feeling. I don't know, like someone might want to keep an eye on them. And they were like, all right, cool. But then like as I was like saying that, another cashier showed up for like just for their shift. And so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go like check the store out, because you can do that sometimes. So I decided to kind of like just discreetly go after the old woman as like
Bro, the amount of times I've discreetly gone after old women, it's just how it is sometimes, you
but
know?
like I was just trying to like check on her, almost just see like if she was up to what I thought she was up to. And I noticed her coat looked a little bit bigger than before. So I was trying to like slowly follow her, and like I was kept coming down the aisles, and another employee happened to come in the opposite end of the aisle that she was in, and she like just looked really tense. And he noticed that she was the one who I had radioed about, so he was like, hi, can I help you with anything? And she just got really tense. And then like one of the bottles fell out of her jacket. It was just like it was like it was a plastic bottle, so it didn't break, but like it fell. And she was basically like, well, you caught me. And so
Nice.
bro,
Nice.
she was trying to explain her way out of it, and she went, I ain't never seen two pretty best friends. It's always
Yo,
So I imagine you
Got
just gave her
your
the
ass.
bottle and let her leave then? Like,
Got
damn.
your
Wow.
Bobby, you
Wow,
just got
Bobby.
me so good. I was
Dude.
into that story.
Hey,
I was into
holy
it. I was
shit.
like, damn, like what's gonna happen?
Yes,
Oh my
sir.
What a
gosh.
twist.
Bro, I got your ass.
Oh,
Man, what a setup. That was some prime shit.
oh man.
Wow.
Man, you didn't get Queen Liz though. She's stoic as ever.
Yeah, Queen Liz didn't get Queen Liz.
She's still chilling. And like I was gonna tell a story about one time, like when I was working at the butcher shop, people would just come in and steal meat sometimes.
Oh,
So that was fun. Well, because like there'd be like these little cuts of meat, and it'd be like this weighs like maybe like 4 or 5 pounds, and it'll be like $80. And if you like just take it to a pawn shop, like or wherever, they'll be like, yeah, I'll give you like $60 for
Pawn
it.
shop.
Yeah, meat pawn. Best place to get your meat. But I remember one day, like, I was just chilling. I was the only one there, and I was like, this guy looks really shady. And like, I checked like how much meat we had before, and like when I went back, I was like, a lot of this meat isn't here anymore. Well, oopsie doopsie, and I just went on with my day. Like, if you're stealing meat from the meat store, I'm gonna let it happen. I'm gonna be totally real with you. Like, they even said, like, don't try to stop them. And, like, I don't care. It's not my meat. It is what it is. You get that, like, $50, dude. You send it on that hustle.
Homie checked the meat and was like, this looks like not my job.
I mean, yeah, like, if it sometimes it would, like, technically I like kind of should have said something to somebody, I think, but I don't know that he didn't buy it technically. I just looked and there was less. So maybe, well, there's also the angry fish man. I'll never forget the angry fish man. So there was like this dude just rolls in, and I'm just there looking like a very scared 17-year-old that has been given the responsibility for an entire section of a grocery store that I do not know what to do in. And Mans rolls up and he's like, okay, do you have fresh salmon? And I was like, I don't know. And the guy goes, who knows? I'm like, probably my manager. And then he goes, are they here? And I was like, they might be. And then he goes, we need to get them. And I said, well, can we like look? And we go around and like there's a thing like he didn't even have to move. He just had to tilt his head downwards. And there's a label that said fresh salmon. And then he's like, okay, but like, is it really fresh? And I was like, you are asking the wrong person. So then he's like, okay, fine. And then he spends like $150 on salmon and leaves.
Nice.
As you do.
Holy shit.
So yeah, that's just that meat life grind. Y'all know that meat life?
I do know that meat life.
Something seems really fishy about that story.
I thought you were gonna say meaty just to twist it, but fish
No.
I'll accept.
I have a story about meat. One time,
Nice.
This is where we're going.
Yeah, this is the meat episode.
I went for it's a similar story because the meat was just gone, and so I went for penis enlargement surgery, and when I woke up, it was just gone.
Damn.
I actually have a meat story from recently.
Oh. See, all the boys got meat stories.
So I went out for a celebratory dinner with a couple of my buddies. What we were celebrating is not important, but we went out to Chop. For those of you who don't know, Chop's a very nice steakhouse. You know, everything's really expensive. It makes me feel really poor.
Nice.
And so I bought the most expensive steak on the menu for like $60. I bought like this 20-ounce ribeye. And it was delicious. That's just the story. That's the story.
And then you see there's actually like a little string that was stuck on it. And if you go back, it's all the way back to the store where it was stolen from, because that's where they get their meat from. Honestly, if restaurants would just steal all their shit, they'd make so much more money.
Oh yeah.
Like imagine you go there and like, damn, how do they get these prices? And then the waiter just leans in and goes, stealing. And then you're good.
It's like that one meme that's like the secret ingredient is crime.
Exactly. Also, apparently Fez in chat says that they have a meat story, so that's fun. We can wait for their meat story. We love Bobby. We started off with a different thing. Do you have a meat story as well, Bobby?
I mean, I had a really good burger a few nights ago.
Nice, good meat story. We like it.
Hey, that was on par with my meat story. Mine was just more expensive.
Oh,
damn.
I'm
okay,
sorry.
he's playing it like that. Okay, damn.
Honestly, I'm just still like I'm shook from Bobby's story. Like
Dude, that was so good.
Like, he got me so good.
Mans is sexy and funny. Damn.
Like I was like, he was like one of the bottles fell out, and I was like, oh no, like what? And then he just was like, I ain't never seen two pretty best friends. My goodness, Bobby.
Bro, I was like, you know what? Because I saw one of those memes earlier, and it was like this dude, and he's like, I'm gonna ask my father why communist Romania was so bad.
Yes, I saw that one,
and it got me so good, and I'm like, oh, all right, I gotta get that on somebody. And so today at work, while I was stocking shelves, I was literally just like thinking of it, and I was like, seems plausible.
I like it.
Absolutely.
That was so good.
Absolutely stunned the boys right off the bat.
The
And
one.
what like
Oh, yeah, you go ahead.
I was gonna say, what made it like a really good story is that you added in the extra layer of there being like a young girl with her. So like you had us like completely distracted. It was fantastic.
Comedic
Yeah.
genius. The one that got me recently was like the Mormon one, where the guy was like, "Y'all want to hear about Jesus?" And it said,
Yes,
"Sure."
I saw
I
that
love
one.
that one. And
Oh
he's like,
yeah.
and then, then the Lord said unto Moses, I ain't never seen two pretty best friends." And then he just leaves.
I was watching that one, and like near the end, I was sort of like figuring, but I wasn't completely sure. But like sometimes you can tell with those videos, and other times it's just like blows you away. Like wow, cannot believe it.
Fez's meat story wasn't funny, so I'm gonna go ahead and time him out.
Oh,
Time it out.
that's tough. That's tough.
Yeah,
Take
that's.
this, take this L, Fez.
Hey,
It's just
he
how-
stepped into the meat kitchen and he wasn't ready for the meat heat, dude.
Hey,
So
listen, your meat story wasn't funny, a psych out, or just saying that you like some food. Those are the only three options. Should have told you before. Too bad that I didn't. Oopsie doopsie. All there is to it.
It's just one of the classic oopsie doopsies.
Bro, pull the. Man, I got charged with an oopsie doopsie the other day. Shit sucks. Just how it is.
Yo, okay, so in my schooling, like there's a group chat for like all the people that are like in all the classes, because like we're all in the same program, so we have all the same classes together, and like it's like a Snapchat group chat, so people like send Snapchats of what they're doing. Most of the time I don't pay attention to it, but
Nice.
this time
Nice.
this girl like sends out that she's like, oh, gonna go like pick up the new Xbox, and like one of the ones, like one of the Snapchats like right after that is just this guy that's like, I can't. How exactly did he word it? He was like, "I love how many female gamers we have." in this class." I was like, bro, what?
Ooh.
oh my god.
What?
Yikes. Yeah, you told me about that. Man. Like,
Like-
he just starts like sniffing his phone, hoping to get something from it. Like, female gamer.
That has like the
Holy
exact
shit.
same energy as that like one Xbox Live message that's like, "I notice you're a female gamer. 'Tis good to see."
Oh
like
my
that
god.
one.
I can assure you, I know that you probably feel weird getting a message from me, a man. Ugh. But I promise you, I am one of the good ones.
Nice.
And
See,
he said,
Bobby lets
if-
old women
if
steal from the
anything-
store.
When
One of,
I
one of my
I would-
favorite. Oh,
I would
Bobby, you go.
legally have to, because we also are not allowed to physically stop shoplifters, but we can get them with really good roasts.
Ooh, fuck.
Yeah.
You cannot physically stop them, but you can emotionally just devastate them.
Yeah, no,
devastate
'cause,
them.
you know,
Imagine.
my manager, she was like, yeah, let's just say we have a shoplifter. You got to let them leave the store. You can't stop them, but you can like let them know that you know that they have shoplifted something. So like if someone's clearly shoplifted something and they're leaving, you can just look at them and be like, "Would you like a bag with that?"
Ooh, damn.
Nice.
Yeah.
This ass.
Yeah.
Or if there's
Yeah.
two of them, you can just be like, damn, there really ain't two pretty best friends, huh?
One of y'all ugly. I ain't gonna say which one.
Also, put the bottle
That's-
back, please.
That's so funny though. Imagine like someone shoplifts and you roast them so bad that they just go and put it back. Like you just
Like,
take their
fuck.
soul, they just
Like-
put it back.
Like, damn, I heard a lot of ugly bitches been shoplifting lately. And then they just go, damn,
Like the
put it
most
back down.
insecure shoplifter ever.
Yeah,
Bro,
no,
that's
I-
the twist. That's how you get them.
you don't.
I have
even
a
say
question.
it to them.
Oh.
Like you act like you don't even notice them, but you just say it really loudly to another coworker. Like, yeah, we got a lot of ugly shoplifters, and they're like, not me, and they just put it back. I'm not ugly.
No. Anyway, Aiden, what is
Oh,
your
you-
question?
So going back to Ian's wonderful Snapchat incel story, what was her response to that? I kind of want to know.
It was like the most awkward, like, it's for my boyfriend.
Oh,
Ooh,
damn.
in the group chat.
in the group chat. This
The
man,
double
like,
twist.
I didn't even think about it at the time, but now that I say it out loud, like, that's like, this man's soul has been taken.
Damn.
Wow.
Not only was she's like, not only am I not interested in you, I'm so not interested in you that it was just wrong. I'm not even claiming any ownership of this device that associates with you. I'm giving it to somebody that is I deem superior to you. Fuck you.
Holy shit.
Like, that's cold. I like that.
That was a great story. Oh my god.
Oh man.
I love people getting cucked. Cucking is so funny. Like,
God.
did you know Shakespeare invented the word cuckold?
He did. Wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Like, people were just fucking. And then Shakespeare was like,
Shakespeare
nah,
an
nah, nah.
incel?
You're gonna get your holds cucked. That's what's gonna happen now.
He invented
Imagine-
a lot of words.
He did.
Imagine Shakespeare as an incel.
You don't have to imagine. Actually, the man was too busy
females.
fucking. Like,
Shakespeare was like, doth females not give thy pussy, so therefore I become involuntary celibate. Because you know he
Wow.
would say the whole thing.
that was beautiful, Bobby. Was that from Macbeth? Beautiful.
Yeah, McBobby.
One of my favorite memes about Shakespeare is that they believe that he gave his wife his second best bed. He had multiple beds, and they believe that they gave his best bed to his gay lover, which I think is
Nice.
really funny.
Nice.
And I believe,
Unreal.
did you make a discovery, Aiden?
Yes, actually, I've made several.
Oh, nice.
He invented the word skim milk. I just
That's so
looked it up
funny.
on Google.
What?
Yeah,
What the fuck? How?
skim milk.
How you
It
invent?
was in
how do
Henry
you-
the Fourth.
How do you invent a whole variety of milk?
Shakespeare's like, I'm gonna write this play and invent a new milk.
Yeah, and that's what makes him the greatest.
Holy fuck. That's hilarious. That's so
Shakes-
funny.
Shakespeare invented Mountain Dew.
And gentlemen, on that note, I gotta bounce.
He's
You
he's
know, I got
leaving us
plans
on
tonight.
skim milk.
You guys on
Damn.
skim milk. You know, I'm skim milk, so
Hey,
Just drops a bomb like that and off he goes.
beautiful.
I'm sorry,
God.
boys. You know what? I hope you guys have me back on soon because I
Oh,
feel
For
really
absolutely.
bad.
sure.
But
For sure.
hey,
We
I love
have
you
to have
boys.
skim milk.
Love
Love
you
you
too,
too.
man. Love you too.
I love you boys.
Later,
See you,
skater.
boys.
Beautiful. I love that we all just knew to salute. I appreciate that a lot.
Spencer, I see your new flag back there.
Oh yeah, it's
What does it say other than just?
it
Queen
says
Liz?
kissing the homies goodnight isn't gay. Approved by Queen
Oh.
Elizabeth herself.
Was that a custom flag?
It was. I imagine it's from Redbubble.
Mm. Yeah,
There's
'cause I'm-
lots
'cause
of places that do
I-
flags like that.
I'm gonna be honest. I can see hype flags selling something that says like "kissing the homies goodnight isn't gay," but I don't think they would think to put Queen Elizabeth on it.
Which is my
probably just be-
favorite part. just Queen Liz, just stoic, staring down the camera. Like, she is my co-host. I don't give a fuck about any of you guys.
One of my favorite fake quotes of all time is just a picture of Rosa Parks, and beside it, it just says "Nah."
Damn.
That's one of my favorite fake quotes of all time. Just "Nah."
That's
Rosa
pretty
Parks.
solid. Also, we have a very
Um,
specific question about what our favorite restaurant is on the restaurant section of West Edmonton Mall, also called Bourbon Street from Frick Frack on Crack.
Wait,
There was a chicken restaurant that I went to in there. I can't remember what it was called because I never really go in that section. But there was this chicken place I went to. It was like a sit down fried chicken place, and it was delicious. So if you by chance happen to know the name of that place, if it's even still there, that's my favorite place on Bourbon Street.
Nice.
nice. So is Frick Frack? Is he like? I guess he's in the same place as us.
I don't know. I think, well, you also have an Oilers flag behind you, so I figure they assume
Oh,
we're
yeah,
in
I
the
guess
Edmonton
so.
area. We've also said it many times, and they have been to previous streams.
Oh yeah,
I'm
I
going
guess
to
so.
dox myself.
Nice. Like again,
Remember the time
Bobby?
that Bobby actually did that?
I mean, never. Nobody goes through the videos.
It's so funny because like Bobby has actually completely doxed himself. But on top of that, sometimes he will like say, "Oh, like don't want to dox myself" at stuff that's like really
Yeah,
insignificant.
he'd be like, not to dox myself, guys, but I just had a
I
root
live
beer
on
the other
Earth.
day and it was really good. It was at an A&W. Fuck, I said too much.
I don't know, man. Just gotta be safe.
Ian, have you ever eaten at West Edmonton Mall?
I have. I don't think I've eaten on Bourbon Street though. I was actually at West Edmonton Mall today.
Oh,
Wow.
what a twist this turn has gone.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah. I went with Kinley and we did like some Christmas shopping. It was pretty sick.
oh, nice.
Yeah. And
So which one
Bourbon Street. What part of the mall is Bourbon Street?
I think it's near the casino, but I'm really not sure if I'm honest.
So I'm assuming Kinley was the ugly best friend.
Hey, I mean,
Ian, the pretty one, we know it.
Hey.
always.
Can we get some yummy
Always.
Ians in chat, please? That'd be much appreciated. I think it was actually funny because I had an ex-girlfriend that worked on Bourbon Street, and the only time I've actually ever eaten there was after that relationship. I went on a date with a guy at the restaurant across from them,
That's kind of gay.
and that's
Yeah. Bro,
you got, bro, you got me.
bro, this dude.
Like my favorite.
Your favorite thing is when I'm actually doing gay stuff to call it gay. Yeah, I know.
And I know, like you just think that it's like mildly funny. I think it's hilarious.
No, well,
Like when I sent you that meme today about like the gay room with like the gayest thing in the gay room,
mhm.
I forgot to respond, but my response was gonna be, "That's kind of gay," and I was like thinking about it in my head and laughing to myself. And Kinley was like, "What are you laughing about?"
Classic.
Ian's just-
Honestly, well
Ian-
done, sir.
Ian's just in West Edmonton Mall, like,
Just dying. Well, like, because I remember when I was on the date with the guy, we were making gay jokes the whole time.
Nice. That's what I
Like,
like to see.
That was all. Like, this man's was hilarious. It was such good shit. Like, we were just, I forget, and what would like throw me is like we just do shit, and then the other person would be like, "Wow, you really are gay, huh?" And like there'd be stuff that I do where I just say something or like do something that I thought was normal, and he would just be like, "Wow, you really are gay," and I'd like laugh it off because that was like the bit we were doing, and I was like, "Fuck, was that gay? Am I that? Is the guy I'm on a date with telling me I'm more gay than I thought?" Fuck.
Spencer on a date with a guy going, "Am I gay?"
I honestly. That-
That's so funny.
like,
Oh, he's like dating a man. It's just like, wait a minute.
yeah, I didn't know. Like, I don't even remember what it was. I was just like doing something that I just do normally. And like, what also, if anybody, I want to give a little info for all the straight people out there. If you ever want to know a man is gay, I'm wearing gay pants at the moment. They are a thing. You see like the stripes and shit on the pants?
I
Have you
thought
seen-
they were gonna be pants that just said "gay" all over them.
I wish. If you ever see a man's wearing pants with like a nice checkered pattern, if a dude is wearing like nice quality pants, they are gay. I remember when I was in Germany, there's these two guys that I saw, and they were like having lunch together, and I was like, oh, okay, like that's pretty sick. It must be homies. And I was like, damn, they kind of good looking. And then they kissed, and I was like, they're on a date. I should have known by the goddamn pants.
That's so funny that you were on a date with a man and just like, wait a minute. Oh, am I gay?
How? Well, cause like you have to understand. Here's how I look at myself in my head. Okay, this is Spencer's perception of himself.
Spencer
I-
sees himself as Ron Swanson.
Absolutely. Like I think, like I know how I dress, but in general, like I think like if you put me like in a t-shirt and jeans, like you aren't talent. There's no way. Like just with how I am, how I talk, I figure like pretty stable. So like if I gay up how I dress a little bit, yeah, like you probably guess like I'd fuck a dude. That's fair. But like I would just like act how I would just normally, thinking it was chill. And Mans would just call me out, and I was like, bro, like I obviously can't be upset because like we are on a date, so you can call me gay, I guess.
That would be so funny. That would be so funny. You
Feel
just like you just like oh, you really are gay, and you're like, what? What do you mean?
Like,
You're just like,
you better shut the
you're
fuck
just
up and kiss me right now.
you're just like, I said no homo. I'm wearing socks.
I should have done that. Fuck. This at the beginning of like, hey, like I'm down for us to have a good time, but like no homo though. Give him a firm handshake.
Bro. That's gonna be the joke for so long. Spencer literally dating a dude and questioning if he's gay.
Well, like I knew, cause here's the thing: is like in my
I
head,
mean, I
like
had an inkling.
no, like I know. Listen, but like here's the thing: is that I didn't think I was that gay, and then I was like, just being on the day, I'm like, fuck, I am that gay. Shit.
Okay. Okay, so like there's levels to this. There's levels.
Oh, absolutely. Like that's the thing. Is like, because like I'm not like I currently have a girlfriend, so like I'm not gay. I play both teams as. What's so funny about that, Ian?
Bro.
It's the same thing. It's just like I'm not like I'd have sex with a man, but like I'm not gay. Like what?
Bro,
Well,
you know
that'd be
that
gay.
meme-
That's weird. Like no.
Bro, you know that meme of LeBron where he's just looking like super intense and focused? That's like Spencer when he realizes that he has to become more gay. He's not on like the gayest level yet. He's
No, like I thought I was like a few rungs below where I was at apparently. And like I should have like been able to guess by just fully going out with a man, but like I didn't. This man's just blindsided me by this pretty straightforward information, quite frankly.
Nothing good, hey?
Well, no, like it'd just be something where like he'd say something and I'd just respond in like what I thought was just a normal person way, and he'd be like, "Yeah, you fucking gay." I'd be like, "No, not allowed."
He's like, no, I'm not.
"No," and then I start crying and I run
No.
away.
That's so funny.
Oh, Jane. We also got Jane in chat. Big fan of Jane. She is talking about how when I was on Tinder still, and like I would just show her all the dudes that matched with me just to flex on her that I could get such
Yeah,
better looking guys than she could. It was so funny.
Just because it's Jane, I would also like to flex. One time on Tinder, I switched my settings to like guys and girls, just like see if I could pull and
To
let
see,
me
that's
tell
how I
you,
started too, Ian.
And let me tell you, this specifically for Jane, I could pull, and you know what that means.
man's getting all the schmeat, you know. Well, cause here's,
Specifically, one meat that she wants.
did you what, Eric Anderson?
Exactly.
Nice. Damn. It's so funny. Oh, Bobby's glitching into the Matrix. Is that the same on your screen?
Am I?
It's on my screen. Bobby's just. I can hear him, but what a
Look
twist.
what she did to my man shit though. She cut my man shit up.
Shit. Then she cut my man boot.
Don't do this to
Not
Jane.
the
Don't do this to
yada.
Jane. Don't do
Not
this
the
to
yada.
Jane. I apologize.
She got a pocket.
Cause what you're saying like with Poland is cause you know like the stereotype where like dudes always be trying to fuck, like that's not any different for gay guys.
Oh, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, like dudes are just dudes, whether they fuck each other or the other gender or whatever the in between ones are. Like,
Just ravenous,
truly, absolutely,
malicious.
it's
Just Bobby. I don't know why those descriptors just made it so vivid.
malicious, ravenous.
It's like we are like vultures descending upon a hyena.
Describing men as vultures just for how they view any relationship is fair but fucked.
Bro, this is, I just thought of this. I was watching this National Geographic thing, and it was like these hyenas, and they were cornering a lion, and the lion was like, "I ain't about this. I'm not trying to get eaten." And then these other lions ran in and just like tore shit down and like chased all those hyenas away. So dudes are the hyenas going in on some chick, but the other lions that are coming in are the fat friend who don't want you to get none.
Bobby's been going off against women tonight. Bobby confirmed sexist, confirmed men in this podcast. Have we gone full circle to the start of this podcast?
No women.
Women not allowed. One rule, no women.
Do you remember that episode where we got asked if we were meninists, and then when we didn't respond, they just called us virgins?
I do remember that. It was like it was one of the first few episodes where we had somebody that wasn't just like a close friend of ours watching. And like it was the weirdest shit because like, are you guys meninists? Like, do you hate women? And we're like, no, we're just here. And like, bet you guys are all fucking virgins. And I think
what did they say? They said like they asked us to do something and told us if we would do it.
yeah, they sent us a
we
boob
would get
pic.
pics. Yeah, I was like,
No. Yeah, it was so weird because they're like, oh yeah, I know they're secretly virgins. I'm gonna get them to do weird shit and show them my boobs. That's another thing everybody needs to learn is that there is like slim to no difference between men and women. Women are just forced to hide it more. That is it. Like if you put like them in the same situations, like Ian, you look blitzed off your ass. Are you good?
yeah, I'm trying to figure out where you're going with this.
I'm just like it's same with like the tit pic thing, where it's like everybody plays the same game and everybody's equally horny, and people need to get that. Everybody's hormonal, everybody's stupid. Just because you have different genitalia doesn't change shit. That's all I'm saying.
I personally want titty pics from Bobby.
You know you'll get them, and then the thing is that Bobby's camera is still just broken as fuck on my end of the stream. So unfortunately, chat did not receive the blessed Bobby titty.
I threw my shirt up to show the goods.
Oh, now he's back.
And I just caught a cough straight out of nowhere. So I think that's God's way of saying, stop taking the damn titties out.
Jesus was like, I get it, but enough. Final fucking warning. I think it would be fun if, like, because I know that y'all are religious boys, and I have no disrespect to that, but I think it would be funny if, like, religions were more, like, blatant, like, in the way that, like, people, like, basically, like, if the Bible, like, if everything in it was, like, to a T, where, like, God would just come down and talk to people, like, pretty often, just to, like, mess around with shit. I think that'd be really funny.
That would be cool.
For some reason, when Spencer went, I completely respect it. I thought he was just going to be like, no disrespect, but like, I hate God.
Yeah. That's one thing that like annoys me. There was this movie called like God's Not Dead or something, where the premise
I saw
is
that movie.
yeah, where it's like the premise is like the teacher's like an atheist because he hates God, but like that. Those don't correlate. If you're an atheist, that means you don't believe in a God. Like that's like me saying that, you know, like I hate I don't know Wi-Fi because that's not real. We all know that's not real. It's just little fucking cybernetic bugs. Anyway,
I remember the final scene of that movie so well for some reason. Like the entire movie, the kid's like, "I love God, man," and the teacher's like, "God, fake news," and then they were just like in this giant argument, and then at the end, he's like the kid managed to get him or something, and the teacher's like, God took away my mother when I was 8. I hate God. And the kid's like, how can you hate someone who doesn't exist? And the rest of the class was like, I believe. And then the teacher got and then at the end the teacher got hit by a car and died.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he did.
I
And
haven't
remember,
seen the
like, he
movie.
was
I
laying
just
there
read
on
the
street.
synopsis. That's fucking
no.
insane.
Bro, he was laying there on the street, and this dude was like holding his hand, and he's like, "Call me an ambulance." And the dude's like, "Accept God into your life." that
Holy
actually
shit.
happened. And then
Like,
and then the guy
love
was
Jesus and I'll do it, fucker.
Like, and the guy was like, "I accept God," and then he died, and it was like, whoa, bro.
That's like, okay.
That's insane.
That movie was like on repeat. Like when it came out, any
Yeah.
religious thing you ever go to, they're talking about like God's not dead. This is a great movie. And they completely just gloss over the fact that this man was dying and he was like, can you like accept Jesus? Then I'll call the ambulance, okay?
Yeah. Well, then, like, the whole premise is, like, this guy's an atheist and he's dumb for believing so. But, like, they didn't, like, if they had an actual atheistic teacher, like, it would not be brought up because they just don't care. Like, there just wouldn't be a movie.
Yeah,
The whole thing is
because
that he
at the
avidly
beginning of the-
believes in God and then avidly dislikes his firm belief.
Yeah, because at the beginning of the class, the dude was like, "Oh, here's all these famous scientists. You know what they had in common? They're all atheists. Here's these pieces of paper. Write down God is dead." He literally made them do that as part of the class.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and like, and then he was like, "Aha, you spelled God lowercase. You get extra credit." Like, it was so weird.
That would just be because it's the start of a sentence based on that, so that's just incorrect. That's going out of your way to write something wrong. I don't. So much of this is wrong.
Yeah, it was.
There's okay. So
Didn't they
The
make a
Christian
second
community-
one?
loved, I think so. I haven't seen it. The Christian community loved that movie. There was also another movie that they didn't love. They loved to show it to kids, like not kids, like the preteens.
Mm.
And basically, I don't remember it exactly.
Was it the one
But
where
like
like that kid was going into surgery and he like passed away for a second and like he saw Jesus and then he like came.
No,
Oh,
not that one. It was like,
okay.
so from what I remember from the plot, this guy, like, is like a basketball star. He's like athletic and popular, and
High School Musical.
yeah.
The number one preteen Christian indoctrinating film of all time, High School Musical.
Yes.
and like he's about to get hit by a car, so his best friend like pushes him out of the way, and because that he like breaks his spine and like has to be in a wheelchair, and so this like pushes the
Sucks to
friends
suck.
apart because like the one guy's still super popular but is like, you have a disability now, and doesn't hang out with him anymore, and it like it becomes this really conflict.
Bro,
It
you
becomes
saved my life, but like you hurt yourself doing it, so I'm done with you, dog.
Damn, like I liked you, but like I liked you when you could walk, dog. This ain't. You've changed, man. You've changed.
And basically like what happens after, like, the guy like who's the popular guy ends up like having sex with this girl, and then like the guy in the wheelchair kills himself, and then the story just ends. I don't really remember how it ends, but
Okay,
as soon as
so
it
one
ends,
second,
it's
Ian,
like
one
this
second.
Bible study.
So here's the plot you've described so far. So this dude goes to help his friend, crippled for life. Friend doesn't like him, and then the guy goes, like the guy that didn't get hit by the car, fucks somebody, and just unrelated, the guy kills himself. End of movie. This is what you've described so
No.
far.
The
Zero
guy in the
religious
wheelchair
overtones.
killed himself, not the popular guy. So
Yeah,
the guy
yeah.
in the wheelchair,
That's what I meant.
Yeah,
It's
we-
like there's just no
like-
correlation apparently.
yeah, because he feels like he's like not loved like by his friends, and he gets like bullied at school, and then so the movie
What
ends.
zero
and this
pussy
is,
does
like,
to a motherfucker.
Bro,
and this is like
go
a Bible.
outside.
And at the end of like they showed this movie like multiple different times at Bible study, like over the course of like a couple years. And at the end of it, the takeaway that what they wanted us to take away from it was always, so guys, sex is bad. And
If you
That's
have
like-
sex, your
that's
crippled
how
friend
it
will
was-
kill himself.
Bro, I
That's how it was summed up every time, like by different people. That's how it was summed up every single time.
Bro, I have no recollection of this movie. You know what? Since I'm on my phone, I'll try and like look it up right now. See what's up. I'm gonna look up Christian basketball sex movie.
You're gonna get a lot of stuff you don't want to see, Bobby.
Yeah, I'm not gonna add the sex in there.
Well,
Christian
according to Ian, this is like Christian
movie.
basketball movie. Nice.
Christian. Is it called Overcomer?
It would be
I can't
really
remember.
funny if there was cum in the title.
Oh,
I think on the cover is like the popular guy with like his girlfriend, and then the other guy is just kind of there too. I think that's what I remember from the cover.
So you're saying that it's like a softcore Christian porno about suicide and why God hates people. That's
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah. It was just like a wild movie.
Ew, that's sick. 6x4 just joined in chat and is very confused, and that's what we strive for.
I cannot find it.
But yeah,
Right.
like the main plot points were just like popular guy gets pushed out of the way of a moving car by his best friend. Best friend is crippled for life. They bully his best friend because he's a cripple, and then popular guy has sex with his girlfriend. A crippled guy commits suicide. So
You know
guys,
what?
sex
You
is
know what?
bad.
I'm gonna look up God's Not Dead and try and see like related.
Oh yeah, like
movies.
related. Well, we only got like
There you
another
go.
like 4 or 5 minutes left of this podcast, so man's best be speedy.
Alright, well, never mind.
We can do our homework for next episode.
Yes.
Ian, remember the early episodes of the podcast where we were gonna do homework for these episodes, and then like nobody ever did it, so we just stopped doing that.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I remember on the ride to your house for the first ever podcast, Ian had like this list of topics and he's like, "This is what we're gonna do," and I thought of like 4 or 5 topics, and then we were just like, no.
Yeah, after a while, we're like, this is a lot of work, and we usually just talk about what the fuck ever anyway. So, you know, I think we got this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I ain't never
Yeah.
seen Two Pretty Best Friends.
Fuck. I mean, we can end the podcast on that, unless anybody has something else to say.
No, I'm good.
It's always one of them got to be ugly.
What happens if there's 3 beautiful best friends? Oh, the shirt has gone over Bobby. He needs a moment of deep, dark contemplation. I think Bobby's birthing a new best friend.
I don't know.
Beautiful.
He's birthing a new best friend so that it can be the ugly.
Yo, that's why babies are so ugly sometimes.
Ugly.
When the mom
baby
needs an assist.
dog.
Fuck,
Also-
I can see that being a Facebook post though. Just like some like mother with her newborn child being like, "Hey, y'all thought I was ugly in high school, but look at this fuck. Am I right, guys?"
Yeah.
All right. Well, Jane has called 2 of us ugly, and we will never know which 2. I'm assuming myself and Ian, because Bobby is the most beautiful man that's ever lived.
I mean, can't argue with
It's
that.
so true. If you want to see more of these beautiful boys, we'll be live again next Wednesday, roughly 8:30. If it's any earlier, you're going to want to follow the Instagram at It's Always Saturday Podcast to find out about that. This will be on the YouTube around noon on Friday. Everything is around, so for like updates and stuff, be sure to follow the Instagram because that's where we actually put stuff up. Follow us on Twitch, it'd be appreciated. Subscribe to the YouTube, and we'll see y'all in the next one. Later, skaters.
Yeah.